Today on Suncoast View, is Venice prepared for the next hurricane season? One major problem stands in its way. We'll discuss.
Performers are in town to kick off this year's Sarah Solo Festival. We'll meet one of the artists and get a musical preview.
And the world's largest touring magic show is right here on the Suncoast this weekend. We meet one of the masters of illusion. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Welcome to the show. Stephanie is off today, but we are very happy to have some friendly, familiar faces.
Hello.
One of our favorite Suncoast performers and all-around great ladies, Chantel Norman. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you.
I'm looking up at you on the stage.
No, exactly.
Yes, and Nikki Logan Curran of Hitched and Honey. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
So, Chantel, I want to start because, you know, we always, I was going to say troll everyone's Facebook pages. You are everywhere. Chantel performs in multiple different musical groups, and I know you have a big event coming up at the Gator Club. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so we are having our second annual Ozfest, which is a free reggae block party. We had the first one last year on Siesta Key at the Beach Club, and we packed the Beach Club out. You literally had to call the fire marshals. So now we wanted to have it outside for everybody. So that will be on February the 24th, honoring Oswald Caines. Yes. Former, past member of Democracy. He passed away last year. So we're doing this Ozfest and raising money for two nonprofit organizations, My Brother's Workshop, which is in the Virgin Islands, and here in Bradenton, Exodus Community Resources. And let me put one more thing.
Yes.
Bradenton, I'm bringing gospel music right to your area.
I just heard about this.
So on Sunday, myself and Trurality will be at Madison's Riverwalk. And we're going to give you guys some great gospel music. It's not blues, it's gospel. We're going to bring the gospel. So make sure you guys come out, call them and get your reservations. They have gotten tons of reservations so far, so we want you guys to
And you can get more information at madisons.com, which Nikki works so close with Madison's. This is one of the things I love about our area, is that it's like 2 degrees. Yeah. We didn't even realize that the two of you were working on an event, so I love it.
It's
great.
Awesome.
And they had to call the fire department. We knew you were a hot lady.
Well, I hope we don't have to call the fire department for the kitchen. And looking at our familiar, friendly face, Chef Bob, I think we're in good hands. Welcome, Bob, from Rush BBQ. What are we making?
Well, today we are going to have a flourless cheese crust chicken barbecue pizza, and it's going to be made with our new stevia sweet. Sorry my sign's so little.
I thought that was your business card.
Yeah,
so I love it.
A big hit at the restaurant, and I'm anxious to share this recipe. It'll be really good.
Great. And I know Bob has some exciting things that are happening with his new line of barbecue sauce. We're going to find out a little bit more later on in the show. Well, as if that wasn't enough, today is also Makeover Madness.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot.
And this week's makeover may be a familiar face to some of our Suncoast audiences. It is our friend, local comedian Christine Alexander. Let's take a look.
Usually when I go out of the house, this is what I look like. And I'm really excited to have something that I can just completely improvise and go, la, it's done, it's beautiful, yay.
So there's Christine's before picture. You probably remember Christine from Florida Studio Theater Improv, and improv actually all over the Suncoast. But she is in Cutting Loose's hands, and we're excited to see how the makeover will turn out.
That's
and full
be
disclosure, Christine is one of my besties. So she jumped in for me at the last minute.
That's so fun.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I can't wait to see how they could change her.
I know. I'm
think
excited
she's so
for her.
cute
Well, I know
now.
she likes to have people do her hair, so I think she is probably in heaven right now. But we're also going to tell you later on in the show how you can enter to get a makeover this coming month as well. So that's exciting.
I want a makeover.
Me too.
All right. Well, kind of along the same lines, Nikki, we always talk about you and your husband David and how much we love your relationship, because you two really are just so wonderful the way you
You
interact.
like each other.
We're just thankful
just
for
so
each other.
amazed.
We really are.
But I was a little bit relieved because I found a more human side. You two do disagree on things. Of
we had a
course.
big disagreement last night.
Tell us about it.
So we were coming home from the Healthy Start, an evening with Healthy Start at Architectural Salvage, which we joke around as like our event-iversary, because that was the first thing we ever went to. And we come home, and David's undressing, and lo and behold, he has on like crazy athletic socks with his dress pants. And I was like, baby, I was like, that's crazy. That's not a thing. And he was like, it's totally a thing, and it's completely okay. And so we had this whole thing. We probably shouldn't have had another bottle of wine, but we did. But so David Googles is it okay to wear short ankle athletic dress socks with dress shoes? And he was very quickly verified that his wife was correct. Because that is no good. It's no good. And he was like, I feel like it's a thing. And I'm like, it's not a thing. It's not a thing.
The thing that's so great about David, though, is David is so stylish that if David does wear them, I imagine it is going to catch on, and soon all of us are going to be running out.
You know how people will say, like, oh, thank God she's pretty. That was me. I was like, thank God you're hot, because that's not a thing. That's not a thing.
Well, you know what? We never thought that you disagreed on anything, so it's nice to see.
Oh, yeah, it was big time last night.
Yes.
I'm glad you won. I'm pulling for your team.
See?
Well,
He's going to get me on something
those
now.
late night arguments you never think are going to turn up on television the next day.
Oh,
so
yeah,
sorry,
he's
David.
going to like that.
Well, there is one other thing we want to let you know about this weekend. Because of some, the threat of some bad weather, one big Suncoast event that's happening on Sunday is actually moving its venue. Forks and Corks is moving the 1,500 people who currently have tickets to the grand tasting event that is this Sunday. It was originally supposed to take place at the Ringling Museum in the giant courtyard. You can see images from last year, but now, in concern that there might be bad weather, they have decided to move the event to Feld Entertainment Studios in Ellington. So it'll be a little bit of a drive, but now no one has to worry that they will get rained on.
Yeah, their team.
For their sake, I hope it rains, because it'll be terrible if it's a beautiful sunny day.
Their team's working so hard to call all of those chefs and just logistically, like the logistics are better at this location, but their poor team is having to like super hustle because you can't have big things of propane in that facility.
Oh,
like
sure.
there's so much back end. So Sarah, we love you. Keep it up,
Yes,
girl.
yes.
And you
got
can't
this.
get into Feld. You can't just get into Feld like
Oh, right.
you can Ringling. So this will be a real treat.
It's
to see
true,
what's
and
inside.
the facility at Feld is amazing.
Yeah.
So I know if anybody is kind of bellyaching about having to drive to Ellington,
You'll have awesome.
This is a great opportunity
Your
to see the
only
inside.
chance to get
Linda's
in
right.
there and see it.
Absolutely. All right, well, it is time for our first hot topic, and there are going to be some big changes in preparation for our next hurricane season here on the Suncoast. Venice residents discovered that there were no evacuation shelters in their area, and during mandatory evacuations in some of their neighborhoods, South County residents were told that they would have to drive up to Sarasota shelters. This caused transportation issues, of course, for Venice residents. Well, now, as county officials are reviewing last year's evacuation process in September with Irma, they are looking to change guidelines and make sure that Venice residents can be easily transported. A new hurricane center, which was on the table, is unfortunately right now not currently an option.
Oh, this was such a problem last time. I was answering the phones and people would call and say, we're standing outside the shelter and it's full, we can't get in.
Here.
What should we do? Here,
Yeah.
right here. Yes, and some of these people had come from Venice, but these people were saying, we're standing outside, where do we go? And I couldn't find a place for them to go.
Linda's right. I mean, we were on the phone with residents looking up their addresses and then trying to find the nearest place for them, and then we would get calls if shelters did fill up. So
It's scary.
It's a concern. And I know some people have said, oh, but we just got out of hurricane season. Can't we have a break? But
No.
we can't.
No, it takes a
Break here.
while. Yes, yes. Well, you can build those places, or you can change existing places into being hurricane safe.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes, so to Linda's point, I did read that there are a lot of guidelines to be a shelter. You have to have a certain number of bathrooms. The facility obviously has to be a certain type of safe structure. So it isn't a matter of just, okay, we can throw one up here before September comes.
Right.
But doesn't it, like, couldn't they just replace, like, the roofs and windows on some of these big churches and all of this stuff? Wouldn't that be less expensive than...
And they have to feed people too.
Right.
I know that was
Oh,
a
yeah,
problem at some place. You don't know, well, you know a week ahead, but you've got to be able to prepare the food. And like you were saying, you can't take this equipment into
Yeah.
all places.
Chantal, you've lived on the Suncoast for a while. Do you think after last year, people are going to start to take their preparation for the hurricane season a little more seriously?
Oh, yes, and I know I definitely will, because I am a last-minute person. So it all had hit me at the last minute also. So I really do think this hurricane season, everybody will be more prepared.
Did you stay home or did you go to a
I
shelter?
stayed home.
Me too.
Well, at the last minute, you
stubborn.
don't have a choice.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm glad that they're having these conversations now, and I know a lot of it is in advance of trying to then get education out to the public of what the new systems will be, but I don't
And it was
envy their
just
job.
a 2, so if they did all this at just a 2, I think we'll stop using that sling.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Oh,
That's
it's just
very
a 2.
true. Well, we'll keep an eye out as that develops. So one presidential hopeful, actually one of my favorites, has made clear that she will not be running for the White House. Oprah Winfrey announced that she has no interest whatsoever in running for that office. This, of course, comes after Oprah's speech at the Golden Globes when the presidential buzz started. Winfrey said that she feels comfortable knowing what she can and cannot do. Are you disappointed?
Yes.
Are you
I
happy?
am, and I think she's wrong. She could do it. Because she's a caring person. She really cares about people. I would love to see somebody like that up there.
Well, I'm Team Oprah all the way.
Me too.
So
I'm Team Oprah too, but I wouldn't want her to be president. Because, I mean, that's a hard job. I want Oprah to stay the way she is.
I agree.
Do you think it would like taint her knowing all like the Washington secrets and
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it would poison our pure Oprah.
Oh, yes.
That is our golden.
That's why I
think
don't
she
want her
could
to run for
survive it.
president.
Well, I
No.
think Oprah's making a huge difference right now in her current role.
Yeah.
That I don't know that we would need her to be president to do any more for the people.
I
That's
agree.
true.
And
That's true.
I also I'd hate to see her get dragged through the mud because, you know, I mean,
That's
it's,
They
gonna
don't play
happen.
nice.
it's a
That's gonna
dirty
happen.
game
Exactly.
during the elections, and I think she's been pretty forthcoming about her past. And
Yes.
she might not be
I don't
proud
think she has
of,
anything hidden.
but I just
know.
don't want to see her image get tarnished.
Right.
But she
I'm
would
with
make
you.
a great president. I can see her at the cabinet meetings. Okay, now tell me what's been going on in your life.
Like caring about actual
Caring,
people.
yeah,
I
caring
know.
about each
You get a
person.
tax break and you get a tax break.
I know.
Yes, I know.
Everybody gets tax
The
breaks.
State of the Union would be
Everybody.
fabulous. I will
We'd
say
all
that.
be crying.
Well,
Maybe she's probably the
cars.
only one that could unify our nation.
Possibly, we'll see. Well, speaking
Oh,
of
well.
Oprah, she and Reese Witherspoon were subject to a kind of strange Photoshop situation in the recent Vanity Fair. So here is Reese's and Oprah on the cover. So do you see what might be the issue? We'll take it in a little closer. Reese has 3 legs in this Photoshop. 2 that are going across and 1 that is going straight down.
How?
So not only that, the problem continues. Oprah has 3 hands in this photo.
Stop.
I don't know that we're able to show you the other one. So what you'll see is you'll see Oprah's 2 hands, and then there is a 3rd hand around Reese.
You can see it. You can see her fingers coming out
Here we
around
go.
there.
So there
Yes.
you'll see Oprah has 1 hand down on her hip, 1 sitting on her leg, and then another hand around Reese.
How does it get to this stage?
Oh my goodness.
Well, Reese has completely owned this joke on Twitter. She said that she does, in fact, have 3 legs, and she hopes that we can accept her for who she is. And Oprah then responded, saying that she would accept her because Reese accepts her 3rd hand.
Oh my God.
I actually thought they made Oprah's butt bigger. That's what I was going to say.
I thought it was like too close to Reese's boob.
What
Like, I
we're
was
thinking
like,
is they probably took multiple photos of this and
Yeah.
everyone shifted slightly and forgot to, you know.
But how can you
check
forget when you're
continuity.
doing a cover like that? Somebody doesn't have a job. Somebody's not laughing this
Yes,
morning.
but I would say if you do see that cover out, I would run and grab it now because it might be worth some money.
Right.
At
Oh,
some
that's
point.
true.
Well, one New York bar is taking a very hard stance with their new rule, and this rule might actually get you kicked out, literally. Yeah, literally, that's the point. If you say the word literally, and this is a word that their management says has been overused and is a crutch when speaking, and it came from the Kardashians, you might risk getting kicked out. The bar's manager was contacted, and the manager did admit that if they kicked out everyone who said it, they would have no customers. So, I mean, all right,
Wait.
does that word grate on your nerves? We use the word literally in the complete opposite true definition. Literally is supposed to mean, you know,
It can be written down.
I'm starving, literally. Well, I'm not starving. Or I'm on fire. I was on fire, literally.
I don't know if I've thought about it. Now I'm going to be analyzing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I say actually all the time. I know that because my grandchildren all say actually, and I hear myself in their words.
Well, I believe the Merriam-Webster dictionary actually started to adopt the alternate use of literally because people were using it so much
Right.
that they said, you know, yes, it means truly as the words, but then it also has been made to mean an exaggeration of the words.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I hate, you know. I hate people that keep going.
I
And
know.
they'll take it.
And I said, I know. I didn't say you know.
I had a boss who used to try to curb us from saying right at the end of something because he said when you say that you're showing that you are not confident in what you just said. So then I tried to think, true? Is that true?
True? Are we in agreement here?
Yes, perhaps.
When I first went on the air here, my agent called and said, if you say now one more time, I'm going to come down and choke you.
Now?
Now, well, you start a
Now?
sentence. Now we're going to see what comes next. And now we're going to, it's a rest word. You say it when
I
you're
got
thinking
it.
what
It's
to
like,
say next. Yes.
Yes, and I know
Okay.
in Toastmasters, Karen, who works on our show, told us that when you say people in Toastmasters, they will clock you for it.
I get so many clocks in Toastmasters for saying so she is
See,
right.
now we're all going to listen to ourselves. Well, we are literally going to check in with our happy hour forecast, and when we come back, we have a Suncoast photographer who will show us our area from a new perspective.
With no triple legs.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. I look forward to that interview. I know him quite well. Here's what's happening with our weather. We have some clouds increasing from the Gulf of Mexico and a result of a low pressure area trying to develop and will do so throughout the day on Saturday. You can see all that clouds gathering to the west of us now. The winds have been strong as a result of high pressure to the northeast of us and that low pressure developing to the west, all kind of feeding into it, anywhere from 15 to 20 at times. And you can see up to 18 now in Northport. And 15-mile-an-hour wind coming from the east-northeast, and that warmed things up with that easterly component. 75 degrees right now, above average. Dew point is at 53, and the barometer still way up there, 30, 31, and that continues to rise. Temperatures statewide, a little bit cooler in Jacksonville and Orlando, but warmer here along the Suncoast. And you can see from the moisture, water vapor content is starting to increase across the Gulf of Mexico, and that means our rain chances will be increasing too as we head into Sunday. Well, much more in our forecast coming up at 5. See you then.
Things that happen in the blink of an eye are captured forever in a photograph. And you may recognize some of the images captured by our next guest, as his weather shots are often featured on ABC7 News. And Suncoast photographer Dylan John Wade Cox joins us now to talk about his work. We get to see the man behind the pictures.
That's me. I'm not usually on this side of the camera.
So you and Bob Harrigan got to be friends. Bob's a big fan of yours. How did you guys hook up? How did you get to know him?
We're mostly, internet friends. Just because with my friends, anytime we go out and shoot the storms, we try and tag, our local friends and our local news. And Bob is one of the most supportive ones. And I do like watching his videos where he's doing backflips online and stuff. He's a fun character. And at one point, he had one of my lightning photos for his profile picture and his cover photo. And I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah. So
So
how do you get those lightning strikes? It's so fast, and you don't even know it's coming, do you?
Well, I'm with a group of friends in the area called the Lightning Mafia. We're not a real mafia, but we chase storms. Yeah, we just play one on TV. We chase storms around, and we got all the different weather apps, and now there's some really good ones. So we're pretty good at tracking storms and trying to get ahead of them.
Is that on Siesta?
This is North Lido, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that's about 12 minutes of a storm or something composited into one picture.
Oh my goodness.
Because as long as you don't move the tripod, you can keep the same image going.
Wow.
So we either do long exposures or we have these triggers that you can put on the top of the camera that they actually read the infrared strike before the lightning. Because there's that bolt that comes out before lightning happens.
Oh my God.
So it reads that and then triggers it. So that's the fast way, or you can do long exposures.
And then you have no idea until you develop that you got that money shot.
Yeah, you never, you can see it on the back of the camera, but you never know. And there's one that I think is going to pop up later, the lightning loop, that was really,
Oh, wow.
Oh my, that we
A
never
good
really see.
Well, you do,
Yeah, that
and
was a good example of
you,
that
You
one.
also capture wildlife. You capture
Yeah.
Oh yes, we like that. Let's see what comes next.
All
Okay,
right.
this looks
my
familiar.
favorite.
What is in that guy's mouth? Oh my goodness.
So that's a plecostomus fish. Those are the ones that you just see in the store that are the sucker fish in freshwater tanks, but they get out, and now they're an invasive species, and luckily we have alligators to eat them. So this is at the Deep Hole in Makeover River State Park, one of my favorite places. It's pretty much like Jurassic Park if you've never been there. There's 100 to 300 alligators at all times. And yeah, people think that one was a really fast capture, which it was, 1/3200th of a second. But it turns out they can't eat the fish immediately, and he had to do 20 chomps.
Oh, that's
And I was
terrible.
about 6 feet away from me to the camera.
Oh great.
In a canoe?
On foot. On my books.
Wow.
That's why you have this, though. It helps with
You're going to get him with it?
Yeah, you can pry it in their mouth and keep the mouth open.
Oh, that'll work well.
This helps keep them further away and keep you safer.
Oh, well, you
So-
do like human beings too. So
I do love-
You have some awesome candid
Yes, I
shots
do love
of people.
people.
Where is this?
So this is a
Sarasota.
fun one because this is,
That's sweet.
it's my most popular image ever. It's next to pandas getting rescued out of like, things like that. It's like restoring faith in humanity type image. But I was just eating at C'est La Vie with my mom, and this cute couple drove by on the opposite side of the street, and then I was like, Dylan, don't be crazy. You don't have to run across the street and chase them down. And then 5 minutes later, they're on my side of the street, and I was eating, and I literally hooked my foot like under the table and leaned back, borderline like sailing, and shot them down the street.
Did they ever see it?
They never know. So that's a problem, and I don't, that's what street photography is. It's candid, and once you cross over, and they know you take a picture, it's a portrait. So it's kind of like keeping the...
Oh, you want to catch them in their real...
Yeah, and there's this thing, I mentioned it in our email. It's called the decisive moment, and it's from a street photographer called Henry Cartier-Bresson. He's the best, the godfather of street photography. But it's the moment of, if any photo shoot you're doing, there's that exact 1 second that is the most important of that whole shoot. And it's identifying that time. Oh, this is the rainbow, not ringling rainbow.
But you find that moment.
So the moment is the decisive moment of just, what, and it was back when he shot film, so you didn't have 10 frames a second. It's about holding your breath and waiting for that exact second to just the decisive moment. So I don't know, I try to live my life by that. Even the gator eating the fish is an example,
Yeah. Oh, there's so much to see, and of course he's got a calendar.
Yes.
The calendar is going to be awesome. You can find out more about him and his work if you go to Dylan's website. And next, a preview of local events for the weekend.
All right.
On the next Black Almanac.
We looked at this and said, what could we do to help provide some opportunities for youngsters? So we began to reach out to local employers in the community. The Sarasota Police was one. Chief DePino was one of the first, actually.
We've already started to see, again, grade point improvement because these youth understand that we need higher grade point averages.
Sunday morning at 7:30 on ABC 7.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Choral Artists of Sarasota presents Carmina Burana in Motion. Carl Orff's choral masterpiece, Carmina Burana, bursts into life in this lavish production designed for 60 voices, 3 celebrated soloists, a 2-piano percussion ensemble, and dynamic premiere choreography performed by members of Sarasota Contemporary Dance. Do not miss this lush feast of the senses. Saturday, February 3rd, 4 p.m. at Church of the Palms in Sarasota. Tickets and info are at choralartistsarasota.org or by calling 941-387-4900.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids. Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Well, today is Makeover Madness, and our friend Christine Alexander is in the process. I think maybe they're choosing colors. I've never seen Christine look so calm. So we are excited to check in later on in the show and see how the makeover goes. Well, we love hearing from our viewers, and we got an email from one of our viewers. Beth wrote, Linda, you are so much fun. I loved your dancing. You always make us smile. Well, Beth, Linda makes us smile as well.
Sweet.
If you missed the dancing she's referring to, Linda and I got to visit Sarasota Ballet, and I have to say Linda stole the show when we got a little audition for the shows coming
I think
up.
she wasn't smiling. She was laughing.
No,
There's a big difference there.
She was smiling with you. So Linda and I did not get roles, although I think Linda...
We were together? Look at that.
Linda really demonstrated her amazing ability.
Oh no, I'm much
to
better
make
than
us
that.
smile.
I'm much better than that.
But Linda, the ballet is not the only thing that is happening this weekend with their triple bill. There's some other things coming up.
There are some great things. Singing in the rain at the Players Center. Oh, that is so much fun. If you need to feel good, if you just need something that'll make you smile and laugh, singing at the rain is awesome. And the Players actually makes it rain on stage. Yes. And no, the audience does not get wet. It is real water. You can see he gets absolutely drenched, but they have Singing in the Rain in the show. Of course, that song, Debbie Reynolds and Gene Kelly did this back long ago, and this is a very modern version. You can feel what they're feeling today. So go to that, you will feel awesome. And Smokey Joe's Cafe. This is at the Venice Theater. 9 guys who have unbelievable voices and dancing talents. This was the longest running musical review on Broadway ever. Ever. So it was really, really great. Of course, you know the songs. On Broadway, Stand By Me, I'm a Woman. Chantel, you've probably sang all of these. You could sing along with them up there, but they are really, really great, and it's on through February the 4th, so that would be a fun thing to do this weekend. They say it's going to rain. That would be a great time to go. Oh, and this is one of my very favorites, Driving Miss Daisy. Driving Miss Daisy is at the Manatee Performing Arts Center. This is through February 11th, and this makes you believe in humanity again. It's the story of an elderly Jewish Southern woman, Miss Daisy, and her African-American chauffeur, and the great relationship they had, the great, powerful friendship they had from 1948 to 1973, as her drove her everywhere she had to go. It is a beautiful story, and you'll certainly walk out of that feeling very good about the world. And that's all we can ask, that we go in, we come out smiling, and we feel good about what's happening around us.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people might be familiar with the movie Driving Miss Daisy, but they might not know that it was first an award-winning play.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, and great picks, Linda, and all of them, except for the ballet, of course, go through next weekend and beyond. So if you happen to catch us on Monday, you can still take Linda's calendar. You can find out more of Linda's picks from Suncoast Scene, which you can find right here on mysuncoast.com. Thanks, Linda. Great stuff. And it's all going to continue. Coming up next, we have a master of illusion joins us with some tricks.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value and great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business. ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch ABC7 wherever you are, on our live stream, on mysuncoast.com, on the ABC7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, dining with recipes, and My Suncoast Restaurant Guide. Visit mysuncoast.com. Click on the Apps tab to download the ABC7 My Suncoast app for Apple and Android.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. If you're just joining us, we are going to be in the kitchen with Chef Bob from Rush BBQ. But Bob, we have been following your creation of a new barbecue sauce, and I know you hit a big milestone this week. Tell us about the Tampa show.
Yes, Cisco invited us to their trade show, and it was really a great opportunity because, you know, when you have an idea, you're thinking, well, is the rest of the community going to buy into it? Our customers love it, but it was undeniably a big success there. Schools, stadiums, hotel chains, barbecue guys, food truck people, all of them see a reduced sugar barbecue sauce is needed, and it's going to be a hit.
It's so nice to see an idea like your Stevia Sweet barbecue sauce go from, you know, a concept to success. So we're excited to learn more about it later on in the show.
Sounds good.
Masters of Illusion is the world's largest touring magic show, and it's headed to Suncoast stages this weekend. But first, we are lucky enough to have one of the magicians right here in our studio. Nathan Fan is here to thrill us with his sleight of hand. Welcome, Nathan.
Hello!
Yes,
it's so wonderful to be here.
We're
Let's
happy
get
to
this party
have
started.
you. All right,
yes.
so Masters of Illusion, that name might be familiar to some of our viewers because there is a CW TV show. How does the touring show relate to the TV show?
Directly. We are produced by the same parent company. The executive producer comes with us on the road and helps direct the show. So all the magicians you see on the stage for Masters of Illusion Live have been featured on the television program.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's terrific. It's our 7th season of touring, and we're always excited to be here in lovely, beautiful Florida. So
well,
so
we are
excited to be here.
happy to have you. All right, tell us about the show. You said that there are other musicians or magicians as well.
Yes, we have musicians as well.
Oh, see, there we go.
So we have Jared and Raja, one of whom is a classically trained pianist, so you'll get some live music during the show. And then we have Chipper Lowell, hilarious magician. We have Michael Turco, Grand Illusions. The show opens with this huge, huge illusion. It's like 12 feet tall. It's amazing. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. So you get to see spectacular grand illusion. You get to see some sleight of hand. You get to see mental magic, comedy magic, and all sorts of things with lots of interaction with the audience. Great for the entire family. Bring them all out.
Yes, that was going to be my question. So good for the family. I know sometimes kids can think magic can get a little scary. Are there any parts of the show that wouldn't be good for little ones?
There are a few shows that maybe you might call them kind of heart pounding. You know, because some people can find it a little bit
like a thriller.
Yeah, a bit thrilling to see something like Song of a Lady in Half, and sometimes it's nice. Because sometimes it's just like big giant blades, and sometimes it's a buzzsaw. It just kind of depends on that sort of thing. Yeah,
I want to see that.
That's a big margin there.
You know, honestly, it depends on whether or not the theater has the power requirements to power the buzzsaw. I've been there during rehearsal once. Yeah, exactly. Because half the time we'll set it up, and it's like, here it is, all the lights shut down. It's like, well, we're scrapping that one from tonight's show, you guys.
Well, I know we're going to see a little bit in a moment, but that raises a good point. You play different stages. I know different size theaters. Does that change how you present one of your illusions, depending on the size?
It depends. For me, mostly, I think for lots of magicians, we feed off the energy of the audience. You know, it's like lots of allied arts, lots of performers. We feed off the energy of the house. So there can be a difference between a house of 100 and a house of 2,000. However, we give our all every single night, and so it may change some of the effects because certain things, there's just a space requirement. Some things, like I said, are power requirements. Certain things are just dependent upon the audience. So a little bit. It does change up. Every show is just a tiny bit different. But we try to dial in to give everyone the best possible show.
Oh, that's exciting. All right, so you are probably about to play the smallest stage that you have played. Because you did bring us...
Nope, I did. I once did Timmy's 7th birthday party, and that was for 2 people. One of whom was a 1-year-old. So this is nothing.
Well, this is perfect. All right, we are standing room only now. So
yeah, that's great.
You brought a little example.
Yeah, so for where...
Oh my goodness.
I'm so sorry. That's disgusting. Sorry, I've been getting over that. You have any of those cough drops left? Don't worry. It's an illusion. It wasn't actually in my mouth. It's safe. Here we go. We have a packet of cards. Going to mix it up like this. We're going to have everyone help me out by selecting a playing card. So here, go ahead and select a playing card.
Got it.
I know it sounds very trite, but if I don't do it, they call me a hack. So go ahead and pick the cards. Everyone select a playing card. Show it to the camera. Memorize it. It's very important you memorize it. You don't memorize it. End of the trick is really anticlimactic. She got really excited.
I know. It's my favorite card.
So Chantel and Linda are showing theirs.
Here, I'm gonna close my eyes.
Okay. All right. There's Linda's.
Yeah. All right. Everyone see the cards.
We just want to make sure everybody knows.
Yes.
Excellent. Go ahead and stick the cards back inside the deck. Yeah. Go ahead. Here. Put the card back inside the packet for me, please.
Okay. I swear. I'll tell you what.
Here we go. Excellent. Here, you just go ahead and shove it back inside the packet wherever you want. Good. And now for you, just pop it back inside the deck. Yeah, where? There it is. Excellent. So now I have all the cards inside the deck somewhere. I'm going to see if I can find the playing cards. We'll start off one like this. I'll just see if I can stop the deck exactly where I need to be. And right about there. Is that your playing card?
Yes.
Yes. There is one playing card right there. What? Yeah, pretty intense. Here, we're going to see if you can find your own playing card.
Oh, my.
All right. We're going to see. Say stop.
Now?
Yeah, what? Yeah. Is that your card?
No.
It's not?
No.
That's not your card right there? That's fine. That's fine. What was your playing card?
A King of Hearts.
King of Hearts. Changes into the King of Hearts. There you go. There's the
I
next
thought
one.
we had you for a second.
I know.
Here we go.
I thought you seriously messed up.
It was her saying stop. All right, here. We're going to go with your card next. Here we go. One card. Yeah, one card. Is that yours?
No.
No? Is it yours?
No. Now I'm scared we're going to pull it out of somewhere.
Oh, that's the 2. All right, here we go. Here, let's try this. Watch. If I just give the 2 a little shake, it changes into a 6 of spades. Is that your card? All right, there it is. There's the card. Excellent. And now for the very last one. Here we go. I'm going to show you guys. Look, there's nothing over here inside my right trouser pocket. Oh, look, there's my cable for my mic. And there's a $20 bill. That's in case I messed up and I need to bribe one of you. Nothing over there inside the pocket. And if I just click my fingers like that, one card jumps over and inside the right trouser pocket. Is that the card, the Queen of Hearts? Yes!
Queen of Hearts.
That's amazing.
All right, here we go. Ready for the last one?
Yes.
Last one. I'm going to make your 4 cards float through the air, all right? And watch very carefully. I'm just going to give a little flick like this. We'll see if the cards will float. Cards are going to float. Here you go. Cards are going to, hold on. The cards are going to float. 1, 2, 3, just like that. There we go. Look at that.
Wait.
Cards are floating. Hold on. We'll get up a little more. Hup.
Oh,
wow.
There's nothing under
Yeah, here, I'm going to show you guys. Look, you guys can see completely underneath, yeah?
Wow. Yeah. There's nothing over.
Can I hold it?
Under.
Whoa. Wait, hold on to the other end. Hold on to the other. Yeah, go ahead. Whoa, okay, here. Yeah, lift up. Take a look underneath. Yeah, nothing, right?
Just
oh, wow.
Two amazing things you can see. You can catch the Masters of Illusion. You have 2 chances on the Suncoast this weekend. It'll be at the Van Wezel on January 26th and the Mahaffey Theater in St. Petersburg on January 27th. For ticket information and dates, go to the website mastersofillusionlive.com. Next, we celebrate the solo performer with the Sarah Solo Festival.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights. Monday at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Webb.
And I'm Ray Collins. The threat of bad weather on Sunday is moving the popular event Forks and Corks from the Ring Lane to Ellington.
We'll tell you more about the changes they had to make to accommodate the change in venue Monday morning on Good Morning Suncoast. John?
That Sunday weather is going to be caused by a cold front moving through. That'll change our temperatures pretty dramatically. We'll talk about it.
Monday at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you. From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. A Northport Elementary School's custodian arrested for child pornography. How parents are reacting to that news. Plus, why Florida's first diverging diamond interchange is causing some confusion among residents here in Sarasota. Now let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with Bob Harrigan.
Jacqueline, some clouds gathering in the Gulf, and so is an area of low pressure, which is going to bring some changes our way over the weekend. Looks like a pretty good chance for showers. Isolated thunderstorms, not as much, but that chance is there. We have this moisture returning from the south. You can see it quite clearly and evident on the satellite review today. Winds have been strong out of the east, and that has really warmed things up. They're anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour now, with high pressure to the east, a low to the west. The winds stay strong. We'll have the details on our forecast with that rain and the timing when those storms are expected to be here coming up today at 5. See you then.
Download the all-new ABC 7 First Alert weather app now.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs,
And you learned how to not ignore yours. I discovered how to make healthier meals, and I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
Are you going to talk to Mullen? I'm looking forward to it, actually.
You want to? Do you have a date set?
Here's the story, just so you understand. There's been no collusion whatsoever. There's no obstruction whatsoever.
No collusion, no obstruction. The special counsel wants to talk to the president, and the stakes couldn't be higher. I'm Alan Cohn. They should all come here and talk around the trapezoid.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
The 4th annual Sarasolo Festival is now underway, and it's 16 different performers presenting one-person shows over 2 weekends, and they are often very personal looks into their own lives. Performer Walker Vreeland is here to tell us about his show. It's called From Ship to Shape. Now, this is your life story, or some of your life story. It hasn't ended yet.
Exactly.
It turns out yet.
Exactly.
So tell me about this.
So this is a true story about a breakdown, a mental breakdown that I had in my mid-20s.
Oh, wow.
I know. It's very intense, but it's also quite humorous. And it tells the story of this breakdown that happened after I took a job as a lead singer on a cruise ship.
Oh, that would happen to me too, I know.
Yes.
Wow.
And it really sets me off on this journey that is unexpected and lands me in a mental hospital.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
How did you come back from that?
Well, you know, I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still not exactly sure, but it's a journey that the audience takes with me through the absurdity of the cruise ship experience and the highs and the lows of what would later be diagnosed as bipolar disorder. Oh. So it's really quite a ride that the audience takes with me. And I should say, I should give a piece of advice. If you're ever feeling even the tiniest bit mentally unstable, don't get on any kind of a boat. Because, I mean, that was my first mistake.
Working on a cruise ship, I know, I hear that it's a very, very, you're living in a silo.
Yeah, and you can't escape. There's nowhere to run.
I always thought it was awesome until now.
I mean, it can be, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the whole experience, but I'm grateful for the cruise because without the cruise, there's no humor in the story.
Oh,
without the cruise, it's just a nervous breakdown. So I'm really happy. I'm convinced that if you throw a cruise, there's something funny about cruise ships. If you throw a cruise ship into any story, it automatically makes it funnier, I think. So at least I think so.
What's the message about mental illness? Don't go on a cruise ship.
That's one of the messages. So, it's about survival. I think this is a story of survival, and I think that's something that a lot of people can relate to, whether it's about mental illness or whether it's about addiction or whether it's about grieving a major loss in your life. I think we can all relate to what it's like to be caught in the grips of a downward spiral, and the momentum of that. But it is hopeful. It's a hopeful story. And, the good news is, you see me on stage at the beginning of the show, so it all turned out okay.
We know you survived.
But, I think that's another thing a lot of people can relate to, is the, feeling hopeless sometimes, because when you live the same way for, 25, 30 years, you just assume that's how it always is going to be.
And of course
That's
he
how
sings
your
about
life is-
this.
Yes.
So
Yes.
would you go over and sing a song from us from your story, from your performance? And while he does, let me tell you that you do not want to miss Solo Fest, Sarah Solo Fest. It is from January 27th through the 28th, and the Sarasota Festival continues February 2nd through the 4th, so you have 2 weekends to see it. And now we're going to hear Walker's, some of his show. Take it away, Walker.
You're gonna love me like nobody's loved me, come rain or come shine. Happy together, unhappy together, and won't it be fine? Days may be cloudy or sunny. We're in, we're out of the money. But I'm with you, baby. I'm with you, rain or shine. I'm with you, rain or shine.
This holiday season, show a little imagination. For her, how about a visit to the spa or an evening at a fine restaurant? For him, it could be a round of golf on a world-class course or gear from the pro shop. You'll find these gifts and more at rtjgolf.com/gift cards. RTJ gift cards and resort cards are easy to wrap and never go out of style. Whether it's a good drive, a great steak, or relaxation at the spa, find it at rtjgolf.com/gift cards.
I heard about the Thole Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Thole Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at DrugFree.org.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Once you get atrial fibrillation, you need to have a very close relationship with your primary doctor. Prevention is the whole ball game here, because once you have a stroke, you can't undo it. A year without stroke, it's a year that you can enjoy doing the things that you've worked all your life to finally get to do. You took care of yourself. You did what is necessary for you to be around one more year. And then next year, we'll celebrate one more year without a stroke.
All right, it is time for our big makeover reveal. Our friend Christine Alexander, this is what she looked like when she came in to Cutting Loose earlier today. And we're going to bring her out for the big reveal. Come on out, Christine. Here she is now.
I'm gonna look.
Get ready,
I haven't
and
seen.
there you go.
Oh my gosh.
Christine, you look fabulous.
I like the sweeter version of me. I think on the left side, it's my Goldie Hawn overboard look.
Christine, what do you think? Do you like it?
I love it. I'm really excited about seeing it. I haven't really seen myself. I haven't seen myself at all, so it feels light and easy. And they assured me that I could just walk out of the house.
Yes. Well, all right. Well, we want to bring out Carrie, the master stylist who did the whole transformation. Carrie, tell us what you did to Christine's hair.
Well, we started out this morning, and we had a nice consultation, and she told me she wanted it to be subtle. She wanted to be able to...
It's the opposite of my personality.
She wanted it to be easy upkeep. So we did a few different lightening techniques on her. I did American balayage, and I also did a little bit of French balayage. And yeah, see those little peekaboos in the back?
Yes, that's beautiful.
It looks so healthy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. And we used a demi-permanent color on the base. So we richened it up a little bit. It actually looked like, what do we call it, chocolate pudding going on?
Chocolate pudding.
Yeah.
Christine, you look fabulous. Carrie, thank you. You and your team at Cutting Loose are amazing. We are always so happy to have you. And Christine Alexander, funny lady from Florida Studio Theater's Improv. You can find her at ChristineAlexander.net.
Yes.
All right. And you will have an opportunity if you would like to nominate someone for a makeover. You can find us online on Facebook. We can go to cuttingloose.net. We are heading into the kitchen with Chef Bob. We'll be right back.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast. From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. A proposed constitutional amendment that would make it harder to raise taxes and fees is approved by the Florida House. What this could mean for taxpayers in the future. Let's get a check on the weather now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Thanks, Scott. Big changes in store for the Suncoast over the weekend. Not so much on Saturday, more on Sunday, but we have an easterly wind now, and that east wind is fairly strong. It's anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour up and down the coast, and making for a breezy day, but a warm one. Highs today were above average in the mid to upper 70s. Storm clouds gathering out west as an area of low pressure will develop and eventually sweep toward North Florida. 75 degrees right now, and it's partly cloudy out there. The dew point's way up, and winds are strong out of the east at 17. More in your weekend forecast at 5. Hope to see you then.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
WWSB ABC 7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC 7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. It's gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Welcome back. We're here with Chef Bob from Rush BBQ.
Thank you. Today we're going to make a cheese crust pizza. You know, a while back we did a fathead pizza, and we thought that was easy. This is so simple, it's crazy. But I'm real excited about it because we can utilize our new stevia sweet barbecue sauce, which real quick I want to tell you about stevia. If you could, just grab a little leaf off of this.
This is a stevia plant?
The one thing I saw at the trade show, everybody thinks stevia is a chemical. Stevia is an herb. See how sweet it is?
Wow.
Wow.
You get that? It's about 200 times sweeter than sugar, and it's just what we use to flavor that sauce, which makes this a very low-carb pizza. Now, this is very simple. You got to watch. This is going to happen fast, okay? The start of this crust is mozzarella cheese, and you're going to prep ahead. So, Chantel, if you could chop up that bacon for me a little bit. We've already fried some bacon. We've already cut up our roasted red pepper. We've already sauteed a little onion, and we grilled some chicken. But now it's down just to a couple minutes. When you have guests over, you have your prep ready, and you're ready to go. So we've all heard less is more. This is really important here because the one mistake people make when they make this pizza is they put too much cheese. And they're like, oh, Bob, mine came out kind of gooey, and it wasn't crispy like yours. And it's because
how whiny they are.
I know, because they put too much cheese in. So see, I even left like a little bit of a hole in there, okay? Because Linda, then I want you to take 3 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese and kind of sprinkle it in there a little bit. Yeah, just kind of everywhere.
And you swear to us this is going to turn out to be the consistency
You are going to think
crust.
you're eating pizza crust.
It's like when you buy the Parmesan crisp.
Kind of like that. You know, this is so versatile. We're doing pizza today, but you can make little crackers, yeah, that's good. So you're going to let this start to melt just a little bit.
Do you need full fat cheese?
Not really, but yeah. And then a little Italian seasoning on top to give that cheese a little flavor. The other part is the browner, the better. You're going to see as this starts cooking that the crust is going to get really brown at the end.
Yes.
Okay, and right now it's kind of gooey, but eventually it's going to harden on the bottom and give us that crispy flour thing.
So you have to use non-stick, I'm assuming?
Yes, thank you for saying that. A non-stick skill is really important.
You're in trouble.
Okay, now Linda, we're going to take 1 tablespoon of our new stevia sweet, 1 gram of sugar sauce, and put it on the chicken.
How do you know that's 1 tablespoon?
I just know I have the magic of tablespoons.
the chef's
Okay, so give
measuring
that a little
eyes.
stir for me. This is just to flavor the chicken up a little bit.
Oh, here comes more.
And now this is where less is not more. More is more. So you put some on there.
Oh, I'm with you
and then
on
if you'll
that.
let me do this. See, we're starting to get that brown a little bit. We're going to
This is
just
an art.
put about 4 ounces of the already grilled chicken that we've now put in the stevia sweet barbecue sauce on top. Okay, we're doing okay on time here. I get kind of lost talking.
It's nice too that it's just 1 pan so far.
Exactly. And then the sauteed onion, you know, and you can use any kind of onion you want. I love Vidalia sweet onions.
Okay.
Okay.
It is browning around the edges.
Right, right. And then some roasted red pepper for a little pizzazz, a little color. Let me get that in there.
How do you know it's not burning?
Well, because, you know, it really doesn't matter. Some of my friends that have had this have said, oh, I really like it when it's really burnt because the cheese just tastes good like that. And then a bit of bacon.
Everything's better with bacon.
Yeah, everything's better with bacon. And then we're going to drizzle a little of the stevia sweet barbecue sauce. That's like the, you know, tomato sauce for the pizza. And then we're going to top it off with our favorite mozzarella cheese.
Okay.
Okay, so once you've done that, then you want to melt the cheese, so you're going to put this lid on top of the skillet. And that skillet is going to melt the cheese and get everything together. Now, the one secret about this is once you've seen the cheese is melted, because you use a Teflon, you're going to be able to slide it right out. I'm not going to be able to do that because we don't have time.
Okay.
But for the magic of TV,
And about how long did you say you would leave that on?
it's about 3 minutes.
Okay.
Really, the whole
That's
process is about 3 minutes.
it
But look at
looks
this.
just like a pizza.
It really does just look like a pizza.
And this is what it
doesn't
looks like when it comes
when
off
it
of
comes
the pan.
out, right. So then you just cut it up As you can see.
And we've replaced the crust with cheese.
We need that crazy pizza cutter from
I know.
I know.
So Bob, you
It's
said
so
this usually
filling.
it's best if it sits for a little bit of time.
Once you take it out of the skillet, you do want it to sit for a couple more minutes. That lets everything gel together. But you're going to really be surprised when you taste it.
That looks incredible.
You think you're having
as
pizza
you continue
crust.
to serve, we're excited. And I hope a bunch of our viewers try out this recipe. We want to hear how it goes. Chantel, thank you so much for being here. And Nikki, thank you for being here. Have great gospel brunch. Blues brunch this weekend. And you can find out more about Gold Rush BBQ and the Stevia Sweet barbecue sauce by visiting Bob at Gold Rush BBQ in Venice. All right, we're going to enjoy the pizza. Don't you forget, take some time, enjoy the Suncoast view.